Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. This is a little project recap video. I'm Steven. This is Mike. We're both QC. And we thought people are always curious about how these big projects actually get done and why they're done and the details of how the data collection works. And so we thought we'd start showing you guys some recaps of some of the big projects we've done. So we got Mike here. Mike is in the Salt Lake City office, and he did a project on the University of Utah campus recently. Mike's going to talk about that. Mike, you first want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks, Steven. Like Steven said, I'm with QC. I'm here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Um, Been in the traffic counting world for over a decade now. Been mostly here in Salt Lake City, but work around in southeastern Idaho and the Nevada and Colorado and other surrounding states as well.
This is University of Utah campus project. Do you want to give us a high-level recap of what the project was and what the client was looking for?
Yeah, so our client came to us at the end of last year in November, looking for some counts around the University of Utah and wanted to get a better understanding of the counts or of traffic currently. So they reached out to us, sent us over a map, and we kind of iterated a few times and figured out where we could have tube counts, where we could get intersection counts done and kind of meet all their needs. They wanted a quick turnaround on it. Like I said, they came to us in the beginning of November, and we actually collected the following week around the University of Utah football game against BYU.
Can you tell me about the approach that you took to getting the data for this project?
Yeah, the project was pretty straightforward. They wanted some mid-block volume counts, also with speed and classification. They wanted, instead of a 2-hour peak period, they wanted to bump that up to 3 hours. And they wanted those counts at 66 intersections. And they wanted near miss at each of those intersections as well. The campus is broken up into 4 like main areas or distinct areas, I guess, where up here in the purple we have the University of Utah Hospital. The green area is more the central campus. And then over here in the yellow is where what they call Research Park. And then over here in red is more focused around the stadium at Rice Eccles Stadium. So like they're kind of 4 distinct regions, and that kind of played back into wanting the 3-hour peaks with the hospital and the university students, Research Park, and even the university. The peak hours were different depending, they were off by an hour here or an hour there, and so we gave them a 3-hour window and then customized the peak hour periods based on what they observed off the mid-block counts. Our client reviewed that and kind of determined the peaks that they wanted around those areas. And they held pretty true to, most of the counts around the hospital were similar in the peak hours, and same with the green area, red and yellow.
What are the different color icons?
Yeah, so the icons, the green icons are mid-block tube counts, the diamonds indicating where we had 2 counters, and the regular pins where we just were able to cover with 1 tube counter. The blue pins indicate intersections, with the red pins indicating busy or busier intersections or complex intersections.
And then did we do near miss at all the intersections?
Yep, yeah, we did near miss on all the intersections.
Yeah.
And so this map is for the weekday data collection. On the studies did 2 weekdays and also a Saturday. So the Saturday counts were included in the 66 total intersections, but they were duplicates of the intersections that we counted midweek, but just another instance of the same intersection. And with the football game, the kickoff was at 8 p.m. So they wanted to have a good idea of traffic right before the game and also right after the game. So we adjusted our peak hours to, I think we did 6 to 9 and then 11 to 2 to capture the beginning and the end of the game.
This was the Utes football game?
Yep, the Utes football game versus BYU.
Oh, nice. So like the
Yeah.
busiest day of the year on campus?
Yeah, definitely the busiest sporting event of the campus, I'd guess. Our client reviewed that and kind of determined the peaks that they wanted around those areas. And they held pretty true to, most of the counts around the hospital were similar.
Any challenges?
There was a lot of pedestrian traffic.
Hmm.
This next slide is actually right before the game starts. And I took this screenshot from a video that we collected because I thought it kind of encapsulated the project as a whole. You can see the game over here, or the lights at the stadium. The marching band is marching across the street to get over to the game. And then all these other pedestrians, they're just cutting diagonally, cutting across the intersection. Um, and you can see cars queued up, waiting to move through. Police were like doing traffic control at this intersection.
Any lessons learned with this project?
This project was really fun. We iterated a lot with the client back and forth to get the map just right. We initially had our plan to collect Tuesday through Thursday, but we found out that they didn't want to use Wednesday data just because of student schedules. Tuesdays and Thursdays were their preferred days. So we were kind of limited on the tube counters that we had. But we were able to work with the client and find out where they wanted speeds and kind of tailor the speeds to where they needed them, so that we could get everything in the time frame that they wanted. Another fun thing was our new hire, Tyler, came on like the week before this. And so with all those tube counters and intersection counts, he got a lot of reps, both with me and Byron, our lead tech here in Salt Lake. So it was an awesome training chance for Tyler to get him to get those needed reps, and both with me and Byron, just so he can kind of see different aspects of solving the same problem. It was a good job to have right in the beginning of his start with us.
Yeah, and spending a week on a college campus sounds like a wonderful week. Useful energy.
Yep.
Well, awesome. Any one last question? What's one thing you want people to take away from the project recap?
Oh, something to take away from the project recap. We like to do traffic counts. I mean, if we can see it, we can count it. Working around the campus is a lot of fun. I like working on big projects and figuring out exactly how we can get the stuff that we need.
Nice. Well, cool. Well, thank you, Mike. Appreciate your time. Yeah, go Utes.
Yeah, go Utes. Thanks a bunch.